You know, I will tell you, I don't want to look at my weight, but I will tell you this. 54% of the people in this country who have dogs, those dogs are overweight. Let me rephrase that. 54% of the dogs in this country are overweight. I had it all flipped around, but still, it's a massive issue because they're not just overweight, they're obese. I'm going to say, Fred, call him Fat Freddy for a while. Thank you for your input. He is down. His weight is down. Courtney Campbell is here with us, and he's going to help us solve a problem that a lot of parents, we just kind of look at our dogs and we're like, oh, you know.
Yeah, and it's you know, a lot of people don't realize how big of a problem it is. They think it's cute. But you mentioned we're over 50% now. And so 54% of dogs are classified as being overweight or obese. Now, here's a more important number. 90% of owners have no idea or they can't tell. Right. And so one thing we know for sure is that if you have an overweight pet, it tends, and this is a difficult part of the conversation, tends to have an overweight owner. Yeah. So overweight pet, overweight owner, which means if you get the pet in shape, owner comes with it. So that's good. Oh, he's just part of our family.
Well, they say we kind of start looking like our dogs.
That's
or our
exactly
dogs start looking like us.
So we have our own family here.
I know, this is exciting.
Home. This is Larissa, and this is...
Hi.
Hi.
This is Ned. I'm going to steal Kim's line. Did you just call me fat?
Never.
Because I think you did.
Calling a dog fat is like calling a kid ugly. You don't want to do it. You don't ever want to do it.
We have Michael and Beatrice.
Beatrice, hi.
Can I make a conclusion then? Based off of what you just said, is it on the rise? That 54% is climbing?
And it's rising
90%
fast.
don't know.
90% have no ability to actually say, hey, is my dog actually overweight or obese? And it climbs every year. Kind of parallels the American epidemic with obesity.
Okay, so let's educate our viewers. How do they know? They sit back going, I didn't know he's overweight.
I have two dogs, and when I was asked about this segment, they're like, are your dogs overweight?
Right.
No. But maybe they are.
Right.
I don't know. They both weigh 80 pounds. They're labs.
Right.
But you have to see, there's a process.
Labs, labs, I love labs. They're always happy and they're always hungry. So we love that.
That's my goal.
But there is a chart, and we grade dogs based on something called a body condition score, or BCS. And the reason why this is so important is because we have two beautiful examples of how breed matters, right? So if you have a smush face breed, what we call a brachycephalic, that matters on their body conformation. And then here we have what's called a chondrodystrophic, or basically a dwarf breed. This matters. So BCS, 1, too skinny. 9, too fat. We're going to make it simple today on how you tell if your dog is overweight. You simply stand up, look over your dog. You want to look at 3 things. Ribs, here.
Okay.
You want to look over your dog to see if they have a waist. And then you want to look underneath the belly to see if they have an abdominal tuck, or what we call a belly. Does my dog's belly look like Santa Claus, or does he have a ripped, six-pack?
Yeah.
So when I touch Ned here, I have to put a lot of pressure. I don't feel any ribs. Okay.
Yeah.
I look over Ned here. I'm looking for a waist. I don't see a waist, right? And then I come up here, and I feel a belly. Now I know that Ned likes his food, and he doesn't miss too many meals.
No, Ned. Go, Ned. Now I can tell you, my Janet is a pug, and she's a built girl.
Yes.
But when she's laying down, it looks as if you put a sausage on the grill too long.
And it sizzles.
And it sizzles and gets bigger.
Yes.
So
Wow. That what? Really?
Well,
that's not the greatest angle.
That's not a good side.
No.
Well, I love this picture because, look, she's a smush face breed, or brachycephalic, and here we have Beatrice with another smush face breed exactly the same. Again,
can you show us?
Look for that waist.
Waist.
We've got a beautiful waist. Excuse me while I reach in front of you.
No, absolutely.
We've got a nice tuck right under here, and I can touch Beatrice and feel those ribs. So in this particular breed and your dog, it's so important to keep them nice and lean. And here we talked about BCS, or body condition score, 1 to 9. Ideal is 4 or 5. Beatrice is about a 4. So she's right ideal. Poor Ned here, he's about an 8.
Oh, Ned.
Yeah.
It's all right, Ned.
So
this is like CNN breaking news. I mean, this is huge. We've got BCS 8
I have
here.
a question in all seriousness. If he's an 8, what does that mean lifespan-wise?
Well, this is such an important question. Essentially, what we're asking is, why is obesity so bad? Why is being overweight so bad? Decreases lifespan, makes their quality of life tough to get around. heart issues, breathing issues, and all the rest. So we know that obesity or being overweight has all the same signs that they see in humans.
Let's talk about, because, you know, proof is in the pudding, the scale.
Yeah.
Yes.
How important is it to weigh your dog?
You know what? It's so key because otherwise you'll have no progress. And then you could work with your veterinarian to say, hey, listen, my dog is losing weight or my dog is gaining weight. And so if you get on a weekly schedule, that's perfect.
How do you get a big dog to stay
Well, let's see right now.
Try, yeah.
Here, what I would suggest is what we're about to do right now. We're about to get a weight here. Just go home and get on your bathroom scale.
Oh.
All right.
Right? We already have his weight.
Conti, you've got on?
Oh, wow.
What was your weight?
Look at this.
So I'm 175.
You're 175. Let's see where we go from here.
Look at Beatrice.
Beatrice is like, I got to see.
Look at that.
Can't wait.
So 242.
242.
242.
So we're around 67 pounds, somewhere in that region. So what we've done is you have your established weight, you weigh each other together, and then you subtract your own weight at home. That's so simple, and that's key. I'm so glad you demonstrated. That's perfect.
That's a good idea.
Excellent. Good job. That's wonderful.
So now you can at least, you start that weight loss program, which is what?
Listen, the pillars of weight loss haven't changed, right? We all know it's diet and exercise, right?
Yeah.
That's never going to change. You have to burn more calories, you know, that you're putting out than what you ingest. But a lot of people say, how do I exercise with my dog? Playing fetch is awesome, okay? Playing fetch is amazing. Playing frisbee is amazing. Yeah. Swimming is also incredible. There's also
Okay, I'm going to chime in.
Yes.
I'm going to chime in.
Yes.
My Janet, and she's on a very strict diet.
Doesn't like to swim.
She won't move for that. So then it's the actual walks, right? And you're coming along.
I love that because you got to check with your veterinarian before starting any exercise program.
Sure.
You don't want to find out your dog has a heart condition when you're halfway up the mountain doing a hike, right? So you check with your vet, make sure everything's checked out well, and then you go ahead and start exercising with them. It's
Good
beautiful.
stuff. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to have some more later on in the show, but for more on the fabulous Dr. Campbell, follow him online. He has some great tips.
Oh, well, thank you.
We're going to come back and we're going to get a little fatty in the kitchen.
Yeah, Dan Kohler, Fudge